This is Bløød TV. Truth and integrity.
Yama munyina akwa bamfambra Bløød TV so biwe na yensrem mo a ayam first time na mo subscribe ye no mo fa mo team subscribe button so na bell no ba na da to so oh se na bia de bibia to mpe so betimi aka uya na woja comment na wa like video no na fe wa share mai na NPP di ntwowie no ni se omote committee mo ko rounds committee no report no emunsem de bebre now Lawyer Obiri Boahen a lady member ewo NPP amaiko no wone Oheneba edi nkomo ewo ntumi TV so na wachechere se o se NPP ye rebranding omuko echiko sisi omuhu no mo babio omba no mo hihye om no maye na ya akono wacha se enye sa Ghana fonto ensema we yidi atoko ni secret APP no ajewasum etikotie na hwebi.
NDC youth besieging the national headquarters demanding for jobs and then promises to be fulfilled. Promises and perform the ma say omo fulfill omo promises no na adwuma so omo mu binye no na omo abre no me no me wa bebusa eno wasem na afi the issue of scholarship ewo mamu wo mu aye the scholarship mo indeed wo mu aye wo mu a wo mu deserve omu year scholarship say sebe abusuamu abrabomu aye den sikasema aye den na ntino wasa aban ekowo moa aye the scholarship come mo especially abanadan twam no na ye nimomu a omojeje scholarship maybe kwa na adwoasafu edin bamu centralfo bi o maye adwuma so many years from afar you can generally say they can cater for themselves within them. I fed the educhem the enquatia justice Srem Sai lawyer so no Obiri Boahen Tiwe 1 year lawyer for so many years na nasu okusko say hey me ho kire me just aban boa me na kabia scholarship a ye de be ma me anase JB say on fan ko school no anase ba ko hwe a brilliant chap bi to say the address so akwale ye de ko boa no na a judge of his status or no na akoje na na shall say from the NDC youth at their headquarters demanding for jobs.
Oh, I mean
almost jobs also now.
Are you surprised? You should not be surprised. If you've been following politics in this country, so what the man so much there's a distinction between the UP Dankwa Buzia Dombo UP tradition and the CPP PNDC tradition. The CPP PMP PNDC tradition no be the answer paying for no okwa no wakasa kirebe oh munye sei ye be sei ye sei ye be sei ye I mean it started in 1949 Kwame Nkrumah CPP and it led to the birth of Veranda Boys and Girls. So CPP almost officially inaugurated in 1951 no nan ye be the catch ye be ye we ye be what in the Clementa Park or converted what in your kind osio na omo kanse bia omo bisa osio manka ne ye ote ne fifi kote mrebi okan
Yeah,
I mean that is the CPP, the PMP, the NDC, the PNDC traditional can be chirebi both can be ditro can we katro ye we no wonder only there be crash in politics there no kakra nkontompo kakra. That has been the stock in trade of this tradition. It is a mimi who say ba line be ko ne ye penkrata ye pe adwuma ne ye but I say ye mi hu ana every say omoma Abalek Bazinte omoma an appointment one say otra abu ayinu subio bicycle no so one say bicycle no subio go to the communication industry NDC for na wa mokasa PTM na weba na weba na weba na we was it not that don't go no ka or is fiano go to the communication industry and it's about ba no ne ba ko be party e kotesia mfom so be ne bae ba no ne ba ko party e kotesa mfom so be ne but I was not comfortable with the answer Pablo or the man woman. I was not comfortable. The answer na Pablo di ma ba no hwa or kan kira be say adwuma no mo ba munin krata meboa
yeah
munin krata nti munko na we eye kasa sen ma ye kasa kire nipa we eye kasa sen e ma ye kasa kire that is the NDC for you me ma no aba kan kasa pa bi kire be obi a ebe kakra montwan ye toto niama ola adwuma ho na mo munin krata fata se ye fa mo adwuma ba ja sa me ma na ne ba de ba na mo a nya sa me ma na ye koto aba ko kro from market ha boys ya ne ba de da ho nyina ndisi fo amefa wo mu nyina amfa nkwanko ye wo mo party agent because no am go ye ba ye sei MPP nya MPP nko MPP nsie MPP nyira MPP monto na manfo di akire na nipa ba na omo aba so a en so ne eso kasa krom ada bi say look that be me ka MPP asem me ka MPP asem a obi da oye beta mara se MPP fo pa etenase ne be manyam suro nokreka nyamfere nuado eja na ntitwitwa nkaka they can rule this country as a political party be rule Mexico for 68 years. In Mexico, a political party rule for 68 years. So if the leaders of the NPP be suronyankoponu be nokreka for be nuado eja du fudipe eja peseminkuminya eja family and friends ehwe nyame anim amanuado aye adwuma to say dankwanum ne buzianum penso a nka they will have a lot of years to rule but ben hwanya santino na saniama no ho so ntino na ma opportunity ma other political parties in to capitalize it Arabiani so listen to the Pablo ni okan me na me magina han kirekirim ni okan ne Pablo kan no and this for me man no baso ante na Pablo kan no and this for me man no ba hu and this na Pablo kan no and no ye kwa ye ba experience ni ye hu kura kere we because I said the Pablo be the DCMC appointments no or you know ba so ni ba twa DC MC appointments no na fa sanda hu moja hwie be hwie gu babi bebre yeah moja be hwie gu babi bebre because babi wo ha be ka se banfa be nipa no one for we as enra na jo na me hwe news be late in the night is it ayawaso on say Ahmed Gedel Ahmed Gedel ayawaso what my press conference enra and so that boy has been disqualified na about for se twa ya mubo dini krampo be wenu nyina no kire se nyankopon am nye system no se MPP bra 8 years NDC bra 8 years be yenya MPP fo no na ye create that ana come sa anyama ni nyina ba you followed me complain bia because oh because I be compare adwuma ma me ba manya that very week na so betie ya abronye complain say oh onya adwuma bi no onya adwuma no be onkomra okoba be kodi MPP panyine bi babio and that very week na Jennifer Quinn also complained and that very week na Admaku Bafi also complained na Godfrey Chosa I say if go rust what will iron do so me complaining Admaku Bafi complaining Jennifer Quinn complaining Kwamba for abronje complaining. So it is not a matter say Germany ni ho and they don't have the certificates. But a greediness. I do for the pay. So yeah, Pablo Nasam no. It's a lesson for the MPP. It's a lesson for the MPP. Pablo, I'm saying say a Germany anyhow. Not that the NDC boy man who nin krata, bebre wan krata pa. Bebre kada NDC na chemnu. That was 92, 94, 96 NDC no. Eje bini na NDC. and then time people for be bia to ho no NDC for so timi to ho asempa na me ka kire no time people for crash for be no NDC for so bebre so Pablo answer now the man no it was disingenuous. That response was in a bad taste. That response was in a bad taste.
Use and dump. Then you say abeka politics one.
No. Just that people
because of the complaining when NPP is in power ube unu nipa nka ufi se omokra de ukope bibia omu na so kwesi omusu no ube ko no okana asemu a na je onokra no obre kra se wo a wo de wasemu ko no ho no NDC ba the same thing enti no
a greediness among some of our politicians. Arrogance and greediness. Arrogance and greediness. Cut across Ubenya NDC, Ubenya NPP.
In our party, Agenda 111. We mo ma contracts no. And we say enema equipment no mo per local content. And one of our party top party officers apply or like what tendai say yemfamano. And he is known to be manufacturing hospital beds from 2010 as a 2011. I would be called other neighboring countries, especially Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Or the documents quite 3 times at the office of the chief of staff. Yes, say the document no ayra. Imprensa. Finally, the winner bid no decided say Obaba beton e dey free on ho knowing him say onu no produce local one quality was on the day. And that person when they bid was warned. Say okoto ne ha ye ni we. So young to say sign man abeka politics no ntino wremu a just get ready for some of these bad things and
it's the greedy ones.
No more so no more no more kobe.
Oh, it's the greedy ones. Look, I think he was the first or your first vice. Minka say he was. He said a first vice. War man can so quiet so nothing in him. Move back on. Obije no. We be say Obama no contract be. He came to me. So samba biwa nka samani ni pakro. Nka samani ni pakro. Tisa nya woka ya. The NPP in reposition herself no. Dache. As I say NPP omo reposition ye. The NPP reposition.
How do we reposition it? What goes into the reposition?
The caliber of the individuals you will make who will be appointed. The caliber of the individuals who will be appointed. I am saying the caliber of the individuals who will be appointed. What in a person yes. And you'll be an S or the post be a man. MPP don't be a make as MPP man who know who is self-inflicted. Why we phantom one with the amount? You just sign the panel. From 2010, I am pa better as a brand, and then okay, say young Fessica, and my young Franco MPP programmer or the baba. Maybe so. Or never maybe so. No. And then one my work job, you mako, you know my chene, you know my tomatoes, you know my pano, you know my nyadwa. Or the man, and no coa on farm mount. You know to pano, someone pano. In 2014, 2015, Upa Kasham PP t-shirt, Fakwa for Doom, Fakwa for Kejetia. Umra na de chicken unidia, Umra no one me. But do things and not the Benantawa, be few. Kofa Malata, Kofa Mamobi, Kwa Kosika Kudi Junction. Kofa Baglushi. Uka said no, then I'm happy baby. In future, we must look for individuals party na eda wo makoma so. Eti hwa sabia work na nya we nko adio. Na ahene be. Deputy General Secretary Minister for Lands and Forestry Office. So I am in the timber industry me per compartment. oka cho se kope bi bra so o ti wanu ma na odwene ho na o wira ho o ti wanu ma na odwene ho na o wira ho
so my concern is say ni pay so no wo mu a na no mu agro mu ai no mu ye omo so nyam adwen so mu sisa yeso so ade ye pentie ntumi nyai enti e be ye dey
leadership no in future the NPP must be very 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 careful when na ye be appointed the biaba na be appointed ye capable de ni nsama na atem didi apablo didi omne adwuma asemi mame say de ka say yemre so me san fa nwura mu wide Ashanti region say metim dia obama me kwa look I am saying that look so me to me can NPP asemo bitim trancha na better we better me ye better say no kura no America no ye better look let me be very honest and sincere Oheneba Ghana no mantam na ewo mu no na mantam no nyina no na edu meboa yeah and about 2018 ye created man be edu nsia Oheneba meboa I am saying say look party ayato abama 2016 December no wa be create mantam amana be edu nwotwe no aba edu nsia no hwiem by 2019 and so making sure say every region biano who minister from that region,
a regional minister or a sector minister,
a sector minister. I'm being very honest,
but I think it happened Nana
Oti region nipa sana ye man as a sector minister bietum ebiana menhu ebiana mante bietum yo oyon onfrema mintie bietum ebiana menhu anamboa like the chairman who has been appointed by NDC Bank of Ghana also from Volta region nti se wan sua hu a wonhu
because so Amewu was Volta region
Volta region for the first time what you say Amewu became rose during the second
from energy to railways.
Even Amewu free, but let's make Amewu as from the Volta region. After 2020, no, apart from Amewu, Volta region, Otiwa Nekoe. In the half region, was there any sector minister?
No, deputy Bobi.
Until Dambocho resigned Dambocho was reshuffled. Bunu East. I am saying it authoritatively, sir. Who boom money to Sagana? I am mantam dunsia. We free. Who choice of ministerial positions in Kura? One year, your party will pay dearly for it. And I'm repeating it. Me, I'm very honest. I call it the win, dear mamma, no dear. Me, Koya Bibi Male win you free me some. It is no cracanino, me yard ya query, Miss Remy Yankopon. Your mantam dunsia. So by 2018-2019, me and your mantam dunsia. I know as of far, sir, the eastern region and the Ashanti region, and the MPP was stronghold. It is an undeniable fact, and they are not correct. But what you it is an undeniable fact. Eastern region, Ashanti, undeniable fact. But that doesn't mean, sir, other regions now when you vote to cry or honor, may appoint a sector minister. Man, dear, Mahama see my appointed 20, what point is to is immaterial. The most important thing is that a mamu and a warrior, na mamu na warrior no all over the world. A mamu a warrior no, ya yan to say ya to damn it. Ocean Krojan, no the Baquasia. I'm saying that so that by 2019 no and then about 2020 no na mantam dunsia no nyina no obia mako na because Eastern and Ashanti aya stronghold nti no at least obetima ye bia miensa Eastern be mienu ana miensa Ashanti be mienu ana miensa mamantam bia nya bi o mamantam bia nya bia now transnational no crojin na a region like ahafo As I chire na ba ko be deputy gender.
Frida
Prempe na ba ko bi so ba. Frida Prempe was deputy now we say. But I'm talking about sector minister. So you see, let me repeat it. Maminti and men can't say, look, NPP appointments no yen bebre no Eastern and Ashanti region no. Na enchaye
says appointees no do ma Ashanti region.
Yeah. Because your stronghold. Entire stronghold no. As I say omunya bebre. Ampa Eastern as onya bebre. But not Oti region. Can be chira be bia na bi.
Now me kwa me no ya because bebrebe no say twa you entwa you yenya faso bi amfiri so.
Exactly.
Avahwe amra region.
So Oti region no wapan baako. Sector minister sabati ase. Ahafo Bobie ye no akoma no minister sports. As Bono is na ye Martina J Kosa na Jabula. Na Dambotwe Koyi Kosa. So it means that first 4 years from 2020 to 2024 until 2024 Martina J Kosa ban there was no sector minister from the Bono East. And do you think I fair? No sector minister from Oti region. Do you think I fair? Let's be very honest. Why would you be? Why would you listen to American and Sabi?
But is it about development? The more per Ababa Baye and answer minister.
Look,
say about Bidizo minister from the region. No,
yes.
Say we be kind.
Listen. In our society, in the African society, so region be a minister. It may look like what the white people say in here, but here.
I see.
Yeah, the NDC dominated, starting from Atebubu. What you say? Atebubu pro Nimye Nunyana NDC dominated because of Kamana Donko at the time when he was the minister for energy. Because of Kwabena Donko. Because at that time when he was the minister for energy. Mami Sanama Bio. Eastern region. Appointments in NPP appointments in ya fa achim kakra na ba kwa. Achim kakra na kwa. I am saying say look. Krobo for so Eastern region. Krobo.
Latte for.
Latte kra de oba push dambo twa koho. Dambotwe ben womu so obeka dambotwe elate. What about the Krobo? Tell me sector minister NPP appointing wa Krobo. And it was very dangerous. You are doing politics in Africa.
Now dangerous you huni dabe. Na wo asama okay huni dabe. Why did you talk about it yesterday? But today.
Ose mi nkan ho asem da. Ose mi Obiri Boahen nkan ho asem da. Nya no nyina ka ho bi ni bare me ya beta bentena ayi park na chi no.
Oh sir.
Oh yes. What checking? Well, Eastern region. Let's take the NPP first term. Finance. Achimeria, meboa.
Yeah.
President. Achimeria, meboa. Western Housing. Madam Floye. Atachia. Achimeria, meboa.
Road.
Achimeria, meboa. Information. Achimeria, mboa. And Kaye. You back for Kokorobo area, a Eastern region. Sani Yimbako, Fako, a front place, a Eastern region. You come assemble,
spread it around.
Assemble the Achim people, assemble the Kwa people. So look, party no dear, say. Mumuni wa ye ni ho. The piano make us a mema mo be say do. But party no tea, any daching tea, any a party no kan konti. Enti odi ba ko be ko krobo. Anja krobo ne omu, krobo lower, krobo upper krobo. Yeah. Na Afram plains no. Odi bi ko ho no. ubenya krobo ubenya nwona ubenya gadangbe ubenya twifuo no. I am saying that politics in Africa, if you want to be successful, na person to nyeme ya yen say damn it oh damn what thing that is how it should be done. If you don't do that politics in Africa, masa uboa anya Ghana nko. As far as Africa is concerned, your attention across Zambia now. SDN, you know, appointment, you know, was one area. SDN, you know, appointment, you know, was one area. Baby, you're free. So tension is now going on in Zambia to the extent they say. Now, no, last week, but actually, you know, the Beko court. Adanya Beko Dunisa, better Bakwa ya duro. Sebeko Zambia president. Bakwa ya duro, they are being tried in the court of law in Zambia now, as we are talking. Come on, yes, I know. That me can Eastern region. Yes. Eastern region, Kwan. So the Krobos will feel very peeved. The from place 8 years. I buy and sector minister Ben and from place. You don't over concentrate appointment in Achimon Kwasa. Nebekasa yibi fakoho. When you are part of Eastern region. Come to Ashanti.
Ashanti region.
Ashanti region. Chief of Staff. Ashanti.
Deputy.
National Security.
Deputy Chief of Staff.
Yeba. And Deputy Chief of Staff. Ashanti.
National Security.
National Security.
Education.
Ashanti. Meboa. Education. Yawo na poho. Education. Then the deputy. Meboa. Anya Ashanti.
Yeah. Yawo sanitation.
Sanitation.
Yeah.
Anya Ashanti. Yawo akoto ansa na obaroza.
Agric.
Anya Ashanti.
Aviation.
Antaye. Antaye. We don't run a country like Ghana and concentrate the appointments in one particular area. The party will suffer eventually. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Asante no ba fa kototon na japadia koton ni fie won ka abrochire. Ade be ye NLM UP. Ba fa koto. Entino ope this tradition ba fa koto na wawunu. Ope tradition che no bia. Kofi buja sacrifice ye eche no bia. BF kusi sacrifice ye eche no bia. Ama pa ajekum ko form ama pa UP. Or sacrifice che no bia. Na to me man na on those days you know appear menka don't go for jo. When a sacrifice job. So Ashanti no NPP fruma no e wa Ashanti. Etino to me na be kan sa na wo chicha ma other places in Nubi. Ati say wo pe ba o pe no sabi ka frachu mesremka enye
my po open ayede
open na oyele na me do be call a restaurant na me yo see ya sa kwa bi na open girl bi ono na kan onya no na ga na mpene wo de mpene ndi akwa ne girl ne gira ho sa na ohun se BNB ba na akwa no boom na kan na betwam na kwa no ba ubisa gansa kan no twam o se akwa hin o se kwa o se na re na dwan o se papa fancy
if you
I'm saying that look, politics in Ghana, politics in Nigeria, politics in Zambia, politics in Togo, politics in everywhere, even in America winning. Some started with the argument say Kamala Harris on winning. Nancy o adan very share. Na someone say ne maami owo no ene ne papa owo no omunye full-blooded Americans. Hey, sir, mte hwe. Odanya Obiri Boahen abotare na hwe ade. Na mse so hwe. Banka ma wonte.
Ne se sade anko Obama enkonkoye.
Obama no one party bi eye
ne half.
Yes.
Okay.
Unlike Kamala Harris.
Both parents.
I'm say hey, sir, so hwe. Nya abotare hwe. then Elon Musk no minaje wam hudiginam. Elon Musk will not explain to you why they took to the size of Donald Trump. But I can't be. So coming back to Ashanti, coming back to MPP. So all the aviation, wait. I am saying, he said no. And all the aviation, no, and our ministry, no, Ashanti for the I say, Munye, Eastern region, Munimwa, Etino, ministerial position, me ye back on them, they are quite half. After all, I have one Ashanti. No, why you back, Kuko? Why you back, Kuko? I don't know. Ebabuapa, especially who ye back one cockroach to say, Ebia mem. When we are maturano, what do you call memo population? Now, so deputy, sir. In fact, even there, first, you know, Krana or Mukreti and Kran, so the deputy no. Mamma said, my view. Politics in Ghana, politics in Africa, better than said, damn it. You have the vice president who is a Mampusi. There's a problem between Mampusi and Kusasi. Why you vice president Mampusi no? Opa no akwa interior minister Kusasi ni.
Okay.
Why you vice president ni Mampusi no? No akwa interior minister Kusasi ni. Jump. When be no kasa. Yan two man people wallahi, yan two man Mampusi vice president yan two man wallahi. Meanwhile, you are the interior minister or the minister for defense or the minister for national security or you could say about bed and about from and I say, well, I am the president of the country. Security no one means but my vice president Mampusi. And I'm a minister for interior or defense or national or kusasini. Munko bisabe. Munko bisabe. This is politics. This is grassroots politics. This is elementary politics. I am telling you. Yeah, grassroots politics. Mimi, yeah, elementary politics.
My issue is, I want to believe, and my team for my helpful to me say, this is not known to you. And I said, who take interest in this? How did we miss it? You
will miss it when you don't want to hear the voice of the grassroots politician. If you don't want to hear the voice of the grassroots politician, then when your opportunity. Analysts ya na no pay, many way if you with you. More video ways move flash, you'll be a baby sour hada. Obi a baby sada. Yeah, mo bi ni mo hono ma sabi onyankopon na di nimdia no mayen. So, oti region no, ya tuma wo, ya nto ama wo fa biko. Volta region, ya tuma wo, ya nto ama wo fa obi ko. About deputy ministerial appointments, na so wa that transe. To ne said dame. It is with the post way. Ama Ebia Eastern Regional or the finance. Ama Eastern Regional. Deputy finance no. Ubeti me dia court say fra. Or the beka koma fra. And now so the deputy finance no. Ubeti me dia court da gumba fine. I mean anta fine. So you organize it. Make sure say look energy o deputy no America Western North or Western region because petroleum hub no Western region and the deputy and minister for energy no man for energy na I'm deputy America Western region. That is how I'll build it. So you need to sit down and look at the institutions very well. You don't over concentrate. And you don't concentrate the appointments in Ashanti. You don't concentrate the appointment in this in Ukraine. Why an Achem? What about Krobo? What about In Greater Accra, let's look at the NPP appointment very well. Let's be very honest. Me nye tribal politics, but I'm being grassroots politics and honest politics. Greater Accra no, ukwa kofa pram no se geni nungo na e Greater Accra. Appointments and sign, just let go through the records. Sign ena MPP every ho. Sign ena every ho. Na Greater Accra appointment sign ena every ho. A man from Wami, I'm the chile no oko boy, the call health. No. So in my region, region, you have the Justice Attorney General, the Health Minister, and then Labor Employment. You know. So Bruno, keep me ne yibaku from no fa region B. Sani ebe ya ubetimi ama amanfo hu se marginalize that region no. Sani ebe ya amanfo be hu se you've not marginalized that region. Ne nyina grassroots politics. But ukoye ministers and deputy ministers about 60 or 70% Ashanti and then Eastern is what Kwawu and Achima, the party will suffer. Because you need to go to, you must spread your tentacles. I am not here to do, sorry, I'm not here to do tribal politics. But me chira mniema makwanam yenu a ebia obahu se ebetimi aboa pa ama MPP yanhu either say yanhu. We pay dearly for that. Let's come to Bono Wanchi o mainstream bon. Nsiatre sunyane mainstream bon. Doma mainstream bon. So what about Sampa? What about the Adaso? What about Menye? What about Bana? What about Brohani? What about the baby? What about Sekwa? No. But the many from what me who a deputy minister. And you take that politics in Africa and GDP. And your GDP and your you. Go back to 1969. Sit down. Consider how Buzia won the elections in 1969 and the appointment Buzia made in 1969. Sit down. Consider that. So these are some of the Ashanti region, Modiano Abano, the national one, Beba. And we will look at all these things. CEOs. Yes, President Ghana, can we say, as a political party MPP, yes, President CEOs should do dami. Appointment of CEOs, dami. In all these cases, I am not ruling out capabilities and competence. No, capabilities, competence. You cannot tell me, say, I from Plains, more than what the mammy water and answer mammy infante. Or more didn't be a friend of from Plains. Okay, say, Hanon Oka, when Cratchy Yobam, Eba Becca say, something. Oh, Janama MPP, I from Plains. Akon is a brilliant guy. Akon is a brilliant guy. Are you saying, oh yeah, appointment of deputy ministers? Now Kofa Akom, no be representing a from place you want one. And my whole person can say, yes,
George Akom.
Yes. No, I'm not quite representing. You don't concentrate your wakwa in suta. Wakwa the same you do be say. Now what concentrate. How no dear a stronghold. So you tell the individuals, say how dear a stronghold. Moment ye. I am not preaching ethnic politics. I am not preaching tribal politics. I am preaching grassroots politics which will get you the votes, and the votes. CEOs, what did I say? And
the question would be that, say, your appointment, Ashanti Region 5 6 Eastern region nya 3 4 from the Achin enclave say omuna ntuma mfa anya bibia ameki an impact ho yeni Ashanti ji bebrebe nya yi I think was be 11 cabinet ministers or so omuma mfa anya bibia ba akopere be kwa hafu no ene be de wo ho
anya bibia wahun ba ko be kwa hafu ono no pese. Look, let's be very honest with our system. Ofri Dumosuya, the deputy CEO, DVL, deputy, Naomi Chambers.
Okay.
Lawyer Foster. Ofri Dumosuya. Into Akonya deputy CEO, DVL. Hwebe. Okoya nkra tebe ofri fiapri. Ofri Dumase, ofri Mantukwa, ofri Dumosuya, onimbia. Ebi kura sabi o kokura no oni sufficient money bia ebi o de beda hotel ana first abe bank kan you oh first ayere ne ma wo moda so wo sinwane benko nkran obra dan wo fie oyin about ne pese be kire enti o anya ba bia so the deputy CEO no onyaye no ama ne ntamu ho ni bi no wanya ba bibi. No, you see the system, no, the African system, no. Obi kura ba kumase ha. No person ko comfortochia. O man so be say Oheneba o china me ba ho. No ba. Oheneba nka mtipa mpese ko comfortochi no nimpanyini bi wo. Beboa. No waka chance. Into wa so fra bua kwa ha no no kroti kumase ano. Kura to comfortochi mu nware no. Mfa so a wo de ama no say wo anya opportunity ehu panyini. That is how politics is done. You cannot downplay these things in terms of politics. And that has been a problem for the Dankwa Buzia tradition. They seem not to recognize that fact. Look at the appointment of ministers. Apart from Kofi Buzia, maybe they are skewed towards the accounts. It's heavily skewed towards the accounts.
So
and it is dangerous.
The Mahama appointment at Oyen is in a skewed towards him.
The Mahama appointment, you know, but no, look, take a look at the appointment. A good number of them from Volta and Northern, and that is dangerous.
Because I will show more.
A good number
if you don't take care, some of the names like Mensa, Asiama will deceive you.
Yes.
But if you do a background check of appointment now Oyena, about 80-85% of them Northern and Volta.
Now people are grumbling in NDC. And I won't hear. I don't go crow for you the I don't go crow for an way. What you say? Yeah. Look at the African politicians, Ghanaian politicians should set up and accept the reality. Say, amamu no leadership no te say ye to damn it. Me na me ka chiro. Ye no say ye to damn it. What? Eti NPP 2017, NPP 2020. Me ka say no, but I'm saying so looking at the tradition from 1947, but tradition, the UGCC, the Ashanti and Eastern no, the stronghold. And to the old Timmy Flower Munina Graze, and Gaza Mamudu, and some Mamu Mianu, and I'm Yansa. But then Yakaneko. Now, I said, yeah, dear, the bio, and I'm a whole was we are paying attention to Volta region and Oti region. Sani ebeya, babeka mrebia.
That is still my challenge, because a Juma abanyi ye wo Volta region, Oti region. So and to me, translate it into votes. Omo appreciate ya. 2 ministers are yedebe ko hono, 3 ministers no, and ebeye dey
campaign or co campaign. Unim ye. Oko campaign. Oko jina ho a say nyina ye Oti region. Nyasa say on kancho so Oti region apart from Rashid, is it Rashid Bawa who
Rashid Bawa.
Akan. Meboa.
Yeah.
Uncan Chose, Uncan you. Buzia won 2 seats in Oti region in 1969. 2 seats. And no crowd about to abandon in Sunayiri. Nti bentiman fa balo box so nanko. Nti da best ati ya bebo bodo kransa na beto. Bia nya bi wa bedro je konkofo. I think Rashid Bawa was 204. Then he won. Other 2000 or 204. On kan to say ya the Oti region no. Yan to ma wo mu. On kan to say Oti region no ba ma ya mantam na ya ni jo on kan no. What him say on kan. Ora mo hwe cabinet no. Mo hwe ministerial and deputy ministerial. Oti ni bi wo ma mo kama minti. Sir. Me kan no wadin baba gudi tim. Ora ha ofri hin, ora ha ofri hin, ora ha ofri hin, ora ha ofri hin, ora ha. Ora ti mo kama baby ora dabi. Yeah. Oyiwa. I'm saying, sir. So these are some of the things we must look at them very well in politics.
So
you are not ruling out competence.
Are we getting to a stage where we must admit that in politics populism pays?
But who says populism to a certain extent? Who says populism to a certain extent? For instance,
I know it pays in politics, but so we should embrace it.
Not holistically.
I have that challenge because as a student of public administration and public policy, I will go for what is right, what is good for the people. And you know, I say, say now you know to get what you want.
If you achieve the maximum resource, Mami be 2006 2007. Now we have Bui Power Authority. The first law was made in 2007. Now enya branda pa ba kubi ofri Abrim. No, the Cecilia. She was a minister for lands and forestry and Jikunko for time. Oba Omona Koye law no Bui Power Authority. Now NPP best at na free power. When NDC came, Jabesh Amisata was appointed the CEO. Sika se yetuyama ahemfono ne kromofo nyina no. Phone or anybody said me no. Phone. That man he wasn't paid. Then NPP came. They appointed Fred Oware as the CEO. And then another appointment was Kofi Zamesi with Ameyaw as the board chairman. Honorable Ameyaw. So, as we are talking today, 20, and I say, another first match,
First match, yeah.
Another first match.
Yeah.
As we are talking today, from
okay. Cecilia Banaman.
Cecilia
Banaman. Somebody is saying Cecilia Banaman.
From 2007 till today, first match 2025. Or he be any your compensation, amano. Or he be any your compensation, amano. But let's be very honest. Both NDC and MPP, who can say Omukofa, Banani, Anasabio, Bruni, or Bruni Isini, and a man CEO. Oh, Bui Power Authority. And Kaujiri says, "Oh, Muntrias Academy." And now your first match, 2025. Compensation cap pre.
I am still on the impact or the influence that will make because
the influence that
now Reverend Father Francis Dra, Anglicans of Penipa, but say Amewu was a minister for 8 years. Still not to Abetian.
Yeah, no, a dear minister.
Energy.
No, okay.
And then railways.
You know, the campaign, Francis Jura, also for TBA, the campaign people may go and say, Efo, Togbo, I just say Efo, Nyabotari, Efo Togbo, Efo, my body, half, Efo Ofrihe, or say, Bono Akan, finance, okay, interior, what you say ofre no waka no ho a meboa all the energy yemfa no ayi time napo energy I say ha good national security I say ha okay attorney general enye akan aha
so in quote the supposed good ministries no akodi baby and you give him railway
Tobo chese nyabutere Wahun. Look, take the case of the 2024 elections. No? NPP, take for instance, you go to Abronye, you tell them, say, me and Kroma Abronye, say, Baumia, Mount Solo, or your mate, into your bar or now, why you campaign Abronye, okay? And this for over. Mate in on one drivers on one meet. You cannot rule out this type of the campaign. They are making their campaign which goes on in politics in Africa. So I am not inciting one tribe against the other. But you need to be very, very careful. And can you father Jure? Voter region OT any other regions in where we shall vote no man. Other na won for appointments in bebree enko hwenhwe. They will tell you
as still a man for your argument, a man for Abewuso, a deputy director of protocol come out from Pong. So the conversation what came say Amewu was at lands and natural resources, what called energy, about railway. Now you very ministry, very good ministry.
Over railways here the ministry say.
Hey, railway.
At the ministry say.
At
the ministry say. But you know, just opposite. Anytime you talk of voter region, it comes to mind Oti region. Meboa. So the voter do thing na yanka be mum. Anyasa. So you two regions. And two regions kura voter no ti. Amewu. Let's be very honest. Are we being honest to ourselves? Say ononko. Catch the protocol, say bisano. Ononko. So these are dynamics in politics in Africa. So Zambia there, why should they frame up the accusation say Nipam Yunuba Koyedru? So these are things you need to be very, very careful. You need to look at them very well. You need to consider them very well. You need to be
okay, so
NPP no so no we are broad base.
Yamra ye party nim. How does the party get a right to insist on this? Because the young person we are, it is a presidential candidate who has become the president.
That should not be.
We are in consultation, but we consult who? In
future, I want the NPP to be handled as the federal governments in Nigeria. Whether PDP or APC, the party has her own appointments to make and present it to the president.
Until the party become very independent to finance itself. Now that they can't remember.
No, but party better. Now a political party to some people there. So when Timun device means into become financially self-sufficient there. And then
because you've been a national officer before. Over the years, what have you done? Dues great
me insist say you to your MPP, you don't need to bring money from Accra to the constitution. One. Now what the party headquarters? Registration of members, no. Who person control in the 276 constituencies? How feasible can this be? Oheneba, what did I make it as? Why don't you leave it to the regional officers to control it? I said to region, regional chairman and regional secretariat now. How to organize it? Make sure say card bearer member be a no konya card ID card. Utu usika kakra. Yabenya card. Go register with Mumu.
I know of this Deuce driver part near Omubeye, and from the national treasurer point of view, I don't know if it's a bit my ties your mouth from what you Deuce was this insurance thing and I will introduce you and party person be our premium I'll be to at least a year I think 1 CD 40 pesos or so, and I know for a fact say almost 30 because of that almost at least stages requirement a day they were getting I think 8,000 Ghana cedis or so 80,000 around that figure, and I'm out for a show interest. All of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, because you see, because you see, I've been at the national secretariat of the party. And it's a party no, and yeah, registration 276 in all constituencies. All constituency chairman, all constituency this, all constituency that, all constituency that. I am saying that about 90% of sympathizers of the NPP per party card or register. So you see, you must decentralize these things. Allow the regions to do it. The regions will allow the constituency. Technology and then I can tell you.
None of the party card. Me conscious organizer frame say umo mobile party card mu free cambo wa mama ya omo de nene chana e omo kwa no.
But is there any sense in that?
I don't get it.
Is there any sense in that? Is there any sense in that? Because obi person ono man nkura bi mra meyere no wanya nchobo because if it's not in chobo ada na bua kwa no mo constituency on ya twema de
Nabeja South.
Nabeja South no. So be free cry na aba. They should go and sing this song to the Marines. Now 2 days. I'm saying go and sing this song to the Marines. Party officers you what mbia. Nchobo nti obi free cry na aba. The nchobo thing is disturbing us in the party.
So the party the problem headache no.
More being country so you are advertising your ignorance. I am not advertising my ignorance. I've been a deputy general secretary for 8 years. I've been Ghana Hada in the NPP. Minim Niakoso. I'm was in East or Sunyana Wester. Then has also more be manufacturing and Emra registration. No made 2 days. Does it make sense? Abra party no office. Constituency be our office. Uko Sunyana Isa or an office. Sunyana Wester or an office. Brekum Doma be our office. Constituency no more money. Then they feed it with more national. It is so be made 2 days. Until 2 days, no one man or Mokwa, just ashim. Does it make sense?
Se partly benya hoden, I insist, say Avia, President, Uyewe, Yentiasi, no Nyajina, Nanya President in the party. No, there was a president in the party in India. Why any party chairman, general secretary, organizer, woman organizer, or better who could do. Uni ban show.
But just I say it to me.
No one can just say, Uyewe, no Nyajina,
One. Make sure that it should be card-bearing members in Abetwaba. I wish the Birman started here. We person called national.
Not card yebi.
Remember, card-bearing.
Two card-bearing members no way. And in fact, meaning sir, Wednesday, this card dues insurance, you know, it is supposed to be launched on Wednesday. Say, Madia.
If you launch it,
because it's about 3 times you make it effort. Almost a date, no much a time. Then you better be a quarter now.
No, but Tio Oheneba, where do you launch it in Accra? Why don't you allow the regional chairman to do that? There's not a single constituency in Ghana, not a single constituency in Ghana. Our constituency office, no. Ukwa wunya memane maya omakwadare wo abafu mu what obetimaye, and they'll do it and feed it to the regional, and they'll do it and feed it to the national. She problem MPP nyano o subin from 2018 20 na subin constituency abon wanyira bidina frim bantama
mention of
bidina. Come on, a political party like MPP going through this. Nibi di abon na hye nchen and you didn't what? Seja yadri. Na better na say unya sufficient there. We should make sure that MPP becomes a political party. Ya to abawi MPP anwen no. Say ministerial appointments ni ya duro no a. Hwe be yen sia de party no na better na headquarters aye no de ahye no motom. Na call dem mampanyini say je. This is the MPP I'm looking for. This is the MPP I'm going to support. Now your ministerial. Edru ambassadoria. Edru ya the best motuum. So while the president will be looking for the diplomats, the MPP as a party, party branches, UK, Germany, France. Ya bayi kurobia Ghana, our High Commission ambassador hono. Branch na hono. Ya bema o mama edipa ba ko ya share motuum ya de komama mpanyini se wo appoint bi wo Italy a okwa we ka ho we be ka ho bi. That is how the MPP should be run. That is how the MPP should be run. We should run it as a political party. Onwa wa kukodro, onwa wa ni bibi. When the chairman of the party speaks, or the general party chairman of the general secretary speaks, or the regional chairman speaks, or the regional secretary speaks, or the constituency chairman speaks, the DCMC so yes sir, massa, yes sir, massa. That is how a party should be run. I don't have a party. I say constituency chairman. Okay, but you remember DC or only ho abam pacho one hwane mpacho. What? This is the future MPP I'm looking for. This I'm not looking for the MPP. You have about 88 MPs going to tell the president to say.
Yeah, reshuffle. You be presidency there. Now government so
this is not the MPP Obiri Boahen I'm looking for. This is not the MP, and I'm looking for the MPP. President Nanya reshuffle no. The chairman and the general secretary back say, look, we are going home. Take the party.
Nanya chairman and general secretary mukai.
Beka and Bekoy.
There's no money over for me.
But resign. They resigning here. Did they resign?
Chairman ni general secretary be national organizer be youth organizer be na ebetumi aye de working. What should be in them? What should be their qualities? What should be their strength? The driving strength.
Me Obiri Boahen, I can do it.
So wuni way.
Me be ni wa.
Obi entimi.
O se be da me kan ma bi. Me kan ma me se.
Che di party ni mu nkomo.
Yeah, me se me national chairman and now general secretary. And a national chairman.
Are you indirectly telling me we have a weak leadership?
Me cancer, me come me.
Na obaso say.
Me got say me Obiri Boahen na me national chairman.
Ejo mo man to me anye no.
Me cancer ye weak me come me.
Boapayo.
Me sam. Upa no we are no from hello. Obiri Boahen say na wo so ka wank obede. No, you see, when you have a political party all over the world, you have a political party. 80 plus MPs have gone to the president. You know? And when I spoke on FM, minute Kasia Kasai, I think Kasia and Abakuman Kasai, and I'm saying, Papa, national officers, they should wake up. Oh, Akwabi, Adecha, no, the Aba, Opera News, Obiri Boahen Oheneba, now Kasado. And that man, answered the party office. I see me, they didn't Kasado.
Our party office.
Our party office. Or the Opera News. Eventually, as you say. And these are a certain region recommendations. See. And can be.
Yeah.
And can.
Yeah.
It's a cratch no the dima tabano. Cratch no the dima tabano. No, our party office. Until I can be actually Obiri Boahen. I can be actually. Madam, that's why I'm a lawyer. So that is how the party should run. In future,
I say I can't tell you quite a kakra because na umuye biwo HFM bantima and Kufum party officer after the preoccupy yes we be national because I remember me media or Georgia Hotel it is a enye consoles nyan is be ashandro nyin kwano wo at least 4 or 5 different sports are obetima ya
yan so to
enkeye na for the bibia national
me see yan so to yan so to yan so to on fredra on fredo be ase na waba ha some ma constituency bia anya registration at the constituency officer munyai we are sick and tired Niama wenyina di party ninya ma uze bidin ba ya me ko national na say hwe ne be kire ko modalities kra ben na mo de beto aba I know in 2026 you must go for national which means that in 2025 as I say we organize go start to organize polling stations and constituencies modalities ben I am saying sir some people anya no card bearing members ye bamu wa kuta card wa register card bia obetu bia
na card ye dimi nyai ozuzu okuta card bia
the ba nya so dia the party cannot win 2028
so anya ni sa
na dina whiskey no ye no some few individuals na ye ma wo mu TV ni fridge no ba ne be koto aba amanfo da ye nkoto otom 91 want ojira sa asante reje 1.2 1.3 bankoto 2 point something ampa bankoto die ntini bankoto die ntia ole mankoto fi se wo mom call delegates no am ko no obi ba one day no kuta 10,000 na me na apanyina mpa so enipa ankoto na dan no bela makoka se aboye nyina no so just expand it. And you cannot tell me, sir, in 2025, a party like NPP, constituency B, who perceive registration. In 1970, 1971, Kofi Abrefa Buzia, no, you're gonna card no. Information service form, the quite could be asked. Anyway, 1971. Bekwa ekura bia ase ekura bia no sabi na abua kwanya ekura wo me ka ekura
eboko kware ho nya ekura da
me ka ekura achichi don fa sana bon fa achichi don fa ekura bi wo hono mo ayi Kofi Abia okurom etimba se the whole day ka nko the whole day and so in 1971 Kofi Abrefa Buzia Yakana card, they went there to do the registration and it was successful. Ya bi say mamem ne papa no bebre Buzia card no obi.
Right. 8 o'clock. I want to be radio and I want to be TV. Lawyer Nana Obiri Boahen is my guest as usual on a Saturday morning like this. 9 a.m. Yes, sorry. Na want to be sports. Fancy the Maria. Newton Lati Akomia the sports messiah. Ne couple the supreme ababe toaswa kopembe 1 p.m. and sana omasori. We have about 1 hour to check out of the studios. After yema room in the Ashanti Region Election Review Committee report no na eninkomo vis-a-vis and what 2020 the naba na yenhwe eno wasem kakanafi yenko enim.
Yeah, ebeni ni yakeka keka. Ni yakeka keka ya no. Ni ya boboso no. Ena bio party no paying once again we need to be extra careful. Look, let's be very honest. The municipal and district bia ni ho a ebia wo NDC fo eban adwuma bi emeto ho ese de mamamfo district municipal wo ko pa akora no de na ba be hye adwuma no men kwaje ni sika ministry bia ni ho a adwuma emeto ho meboa wo ko pa akora na ba men kwaje ni sika enya abuwa no pe kokwa ye ntino de ho twitwiri sie
sire tintina titia
bia bia ya pa ye huntini ya chekere boa enti nipa no de ho adom party no a ode no ho adom party no se na edu ba bia now abema no abaya no ne maame ne papa wakwa ba obra we afebere bia ye be fa nipa adwuma bim arafa 10,000 bra na wa ansa apo bonus sire ya moyi eye. And you know, they will be giving these assignments to their peers. They will be giving these assignments to their peers. No peers no cotton. But here the proceed. A cotton, soldier, a cotton, migration, prison, fire service. No a cotton. Okoyeno. NPP ni na nyesika ntobi. NDC ni nyesika tobi. NDC ni ba no kobi. Nti otekura na se wa ofrofo va hia. Ola wa NPP. Ezo de ba no da se na mfie. Miam wa NDC mba no wa anya adwuma ba afa no. Kanokura Oheneba. These things are not good. Omo de ma PS no. Na se nya sanka ye be ko Afcon na nka ye me passport wa. Se me ko bia fe abrate.
Anya work up mpo Afcon. African country.
Me dia na nya work up po.
No mo je wo passport.
Amprenu. Ba ko ya Angola ba ko 2018 ba ko ya 2020. Ten.
No mo je wo passport.
Bara e kwa ye niam ba. Obeko bi. Ten.
Na ro de passport no bre no ye ne dey.
Mbisa ro anya yi no mra fama de mom.
Wanya ne we.
Ana me yende. So see, these are things which worked against the NPP as a party. In honesty, ebikura wa enye sika. I remember there was an incident when I was the deputy general secretary. One day, me ko office, I'm saying manya ho. Na mbisa no say the osho kentampo. Na not that he was a organizer, not qualified to hold the position of a headmaster, and that school should be vacancy should be able to into a party officer. No abeshe. Monsieur, sir, I say I'm about to have an answer. I'm saying now we penny be. Ola offer penny we or GSR. Mre o number for man. Na me frɛ papa. Mre say ni pacho. Ya dam for ba ko bi ba. O say o ne ma ne mra. Oheneba. Kapre ni da mani. Me solve problem no man. NPP from paying for B will help solve the problem for you. Ebrim so teamwork dene. Ebi kura abekwa no. The secretary will tell you say oh na mpacho we book appointment there. When the late Debra was the minister for Agrek, na me original chairman of NPP. Me kwa the secretary no say oh me muku appointment there ene ontimi home nam say oh. No say ne mentro form bi na mentro form. Ono kra say oni hompo. Na ho so kra me muku appointment nam say oh. Me dan mani me kwa no manya call. Na secretary na from say oh osebra. What I say? So please. Me nka say
na say normal. Yeah, abekan when you are living with it.
Me nka say nipa no nyina ebinumu wote wo mo so a na wa sore. So let's organize the party well. Our leaders should be bold, strong.
I know you have thought of many reforms.
Bebre.
When the time is due for the constitutional amendment. Can you share some of them with me?
Yeah, Bini sir. Every MCE or every MP, certain or former, should be a member of the constituency committee.
Constituency executive committee?
Yes. Every.
Past, present. Okay.
Momo be a voting right. Munya isa obey as official only voting right. Munya isa na constituency chairman be why no ho a chompianta. Why no gagai. Because constituency no e ba ku bi penso na ma yetimi wene ye. But the following way no ko eno ono ba ye kra ya lusu city no. Okay. Every minister, every deputy minister.
So, in short, former government appointees.
Former government appointees. If he was reshuffled or not reshuffled, constituency. Original. Mama win Amrabi. Number 1 same kwane. When any prayer, what channel? Una we chairman, Manemrabi.
Or former elected officers.
Exactly.
Or appointed party officers.
Exactly. Okay. I don't know the battle now, person mo no. Yes, obia so obia answer. You should stretch your hands. Then the external branches, you know, as they make room for members of the external branches, you know, be members of NEC. The brave members of NEC.
I have been saying, say, Oko Yuka, Omo, I think 28 chapters or so. Chapters, no, at the Senka. Constituency omo the same officers bibia now ye beto aba branch ni nyina no ye momo I think 12 slots enipa 12 any few oba and the branch executives no for UK example omo yufere na aka no omo achede ama 28 chapters ne say ntino mo no nko decide
omo bia
ntino ka ebi kwampa why not say be a chapter be a chairman in your voting right?
Exactly. Because if you go,
and as a be a chapter be a chairman and the secretary.
Chapter be a chairman and the secretary. Sorry. In UK, in France, in Belgium, in Italy, in US, in they are resourceful enough. They are resourceful enough. Brobe free Martin Kens crown on your chairman. Martin Kens
chairman, yeah, Richmond, double chairman.
Good. Brobe no cry on your chairman, one Martin Kens. Huh?
Okay, Kins also Brobe na squabana. Okay, ono your Telford chairman.
Or no cry on any. Yeah, NPP from paying for your quabruchida. Or motivate hotel, me or Timothy hotel for 10 days. 10 days on any year. 10 days. 10 days.
So in effect, they are spending much, but their say in the party no
not fair.
Limited.
My chapter be Emrabi. Now say US who are about 100 chapters no more, but who now ubeju ubetu omukana. And move to about the general elections there. Now what for UK na UK more adopt constituency back. Now they say sisire na po no e wo hefa. Yeah beto about there.
Unim sa de no. Say edu sa ye be election a. E chapters no e na adopt constituencies wa ha. Because now me call ye me call Telford for meeting. Me call Reading for meeting, me call East London, me call North London, Swindon, and other chapters. When we meet no be a constituency or bad adopted ye. It do about to us yes say branch ni na no one constituency, not even region.
Okay. Yes, sister. I do be young people ya won say sister ni sister ba be wa bruchiri. Na obeto about national elections ya. Mama amount for free. A moment to abano at the constituency level, no say there. So abana ye beto no regional, national, presidential declarative constituency. Regional and national. Say continue say ye to constituency. Me can't remember info say any successful.
So regional elections, you know. Say bia mebo card bearing members nyana etubia. Yanto no constituency base if ya collate
the say na general election
the national elections is no that no constituency level if ya collate wa win no wa win dan say nipa kakra bi ni akwhia wo stadium asisi na edewu
me de
ma hoya de
tiama bentina ode me na de ni ma
this guy me nyi bi come to be
me na de do anya nkwane ana anya sikire na ebedi ana wo no aka so de sebe ya party no na ho odene party no na akurase so no sebe ya no eya sunwane a western sunwane east abebe ye no a national na dan sunwane so enye de dan domase so enye de dan brekuma enye de dan design gengen enye de dan wamfie enye de dan nkran kwanta enye de.
So your general conclusion about the reports and then the upcoming one from the Michael Quay report.
Michael Quay report no futu am de man say moko ye no te say osafo mafo recommendations na wahenfa.
Afena means can be.
We lost elections, you formed a committee, osafo mafo and the group went round report na wahen.
Ebinim say if you me enka mo bia ante
akai ni enya ni walu so miawa no.
Because I have seen people criticizing say yes for where I sit I know say Ashanti region it wasn't deliberate obi na liki e na yedi mu nkomo
na we liki the party has gone for elections. The party has lost miserably. What's the young to say Roman New York Bonica? Roman New York Bonica. Can you go Bonicano? You can hear booty shuffle. No, yes, I was.
If you are expecting said national one so bad, it was a young Camu be anti.
No, better who are reforms. Martin Luther, the wall of Wittenberg, that was 1517 at the Quataro. Reformation or a Monjano reform, Roman Catholic Church, cried the Coboho, all over the world. Martin Luther, Wittenberg in German or the Coboho. I didn't know my party, no, I know. I don't know, so I idea, I am my young Hudia, and you men who party. Because somebody was appointed as a pulling agent, Domasi Presby School. Because through one more, and a Methodist school. Me ko dru honoma awura nipa se na to aba olo nipa na beto aba no de mintimi nkiram se na woni paper what
ono pulling agent
adan ya re brana no ye pulling agent wono olo koto aba no wo ba bi oto aba no which means that some pulling agent no kura NPP for fan wo on free ho adan abade na party na lusu azanko azan because you polling station elections no obi advertise na that ye say back be crap polling station obi perform no kura bia wanya bi. How do we run a party like this? And then in future also more constituency officer biara any member of the electoral committee more regional officer biara any member of the electoral committee Mama national officer biara any member of the electoral committee. Mama Jubilee House office of the president biara any member of the electoral committee.
Because I say a call a just by election. You know, in Ashanti region, chairman regional executives no. Into regional executive biara no 10 elected plus 17 no. Ono Nanen County 16 na can ubia at least 3 or 4 constituencies or so.
Police stations are
no.
You are talking about
constituencies.
national.
Yeah, the Ashanti region.
Okay.
So 16 regional officers no. Senkombe 17 untumi nka ho. Ono oversight we. Tebia women organizer or constituencies 3. Women organizer no da bantima in share so ne kwada so. Regional organizer e wono constituencies no be kwai. Niwa dubia say and I'm say Obuasi East. Nasara to be our 3 constituencies una will manage those 3 constituencies no, and then you report to him to be an ordinary day and move in. That was the campaign structure. You call a juso by election. Nipa regional officer na oda honomono kwakwata. National for free Accra by I will move to Tumunema. They brought people from Accra. Or no regional officer na otia juso jabe kumawuna or no eresuno. He didn't even know. Which is one thing was a mumpo.
Owa fanfanto.
He has been in the constituency for about 2 years. Ono na omu bibia no, omu the series no the about regional council meeting.
Owa fanfanto. I say no answer. You see?
Why would the same thing happen?
You see? And the same thing happened at Jachikwesin's place.
As enough, it was worse.
The same thing happened at Jachikwesin's place. The same thing happened at Jachikwesin.
And then one was in the election day, is we did the sharpshooters.
They shooters.
Nay, Bakukane candidate, but sharpshooter na Bakubi.
They shooters. They shooters. Sikana wa mudi mabinum se omun konko frefra manfo mra no biya gin wa bukasha na taso. The NPP yade no me Obiri Boahen the NPP yade no nya yade ehu mame. Me Obiri Boahen ukasha me nkote aha ne me meyam ne me fa mako ntonkom to so ne me hwe NPP ba biya yade o me fa wa ekitam kiti ekitam kiti MPP by elections offering Kanayaba, or my young who the buy, or my Antonio the buy, or my who especially Serbia Oba Ashanti region, so you are fair. No, so in future, MPP for I'm more shammy and mutiamino, moon fee money, moon my money.
State of the Nation's address.
Biana yin polling station official. Enye biana yin constituency. Enye biana yin na hwe ne ko hono domasi. It means that the polling station elections in Quran o manye na wa me yanka obi free baby. But how say a party like MPP and then would about for my waters come for you? Just tell the test con in is up. A Quran free no.
Go there
And register as a polling station official. Minimum be ata kakra ba KNUST or Fiapri. Sister Baduba. Akurai PMPP na akurai ni muma say. Sa akurai we wo Fiapri no. Nti ono na enko chini nko ka say munya mi polling agent. Fiapre atano akakra nan kaso pe ho fiapre pulling agent ebiri person o mu communicators. They just wanted to be communicators. He wants to be more communicator bi he's a lecturer obaha or display pa damn brilliant tuntum
Fuku
or the Fuku
Dr. Fuku
tuntum
yeah
deputy something na no can abobo tricycle for allowances the yantwam car allowances
Inoko Oheneba champion Dr. Inoko Oheneba.
Come on. And when you hear him making pretend mo tadi amount for ba awia no tie bi no presentations pa one more presentations in say yeah MPP nti akrache for me nsin chese omutimi ya analysis na Oheneba champion say look me yam analysis bi mo hwa NDC for say omotwa car allowance and so motor allowance de omutwam carbon mo kasa. Fantastic. Every afternoon I watch this program by the say Keke. Fantastic presentations. Fantastic analysis. Now a binumu person ye police station or ye agent. Kakra ye agent kron kan to se kon aduane bre no. Me ka fia pre o kakra. Na ya ye bibinu ya ye nte se bosumbi apona za because somebody wants to skill that thing from the polling station. Now what they call constituency. Say the bear or no be winning constituency. Say the bear betima winning original. Say bear be buanamana winning one national. Aden. U kan kontomposi abrosania. U dada na nadukrum. Usume ni hafidia. U cheja wa ajo. Communicators. Now you go to Sunyane. But you suspended the say. I suspend the binum. But binum you good. There's a guy, Baba man, PK support da ben dan NPP for mo de o maba program so analysis by na PK support analysis Obama obuase opokuase ana kwasi ayi ejoso bisiase samo prime analysis by brofo twi atwi se baba no de kora brofo twi ne nkran. He wants to be a member of the communication team and so adene
Mami Musa we na yanko State of the Nation address ni so bottom up or down
up
to top.
Down to top.
O yansa anyangu bigare mu.
No, down to top.
Yanto fifre na ankosoro.
Yanto fifre ankosoro. Mumam polling station executives no as I say ta ya register wie no na pese yetwa ye make announcement obi a onye regional constituency bibia executive on na be keep forms no mienu miensa omo na be je forms no omo na be she date omo na be kwa gina ho mayato.
All right. But I say, but State of the Nation's address.
I'm about to say the Mayor Kotoka should be a generative. President Mahama State of the Nation address. As usual, me, I'm not sitting here to talk like sabi. Obia ono de who see evil here no evil. I don't talk like that. Ocean presentation, I always present it as a mature statesman, honest, sincere. So President Mahama, wamane State of the Nation address. But I did could be a PK and me no and say President Mahama can say Cocoa board the car. President Mahama can say ECG the car. Mijidi says Saban Nekanka President Mahama enka. That is the presumption. So then a cocoa board, young talk cocoa cotton. Cocoa, young tongue cotton. Now for the past about 30 years or so, just say your Kojibusia and San Yatima syndicated loan. Anya fedi amaye na maame na ono ton chocolate or Vodafone for any more on the on tolo moka what you say PC no ono to auto cocoa no de ma PBC ana so auto de ma amajaru no on the on tom moka Ghana krachi for mu rabofo bibiri be di man abro be kumani partisan politics inti NPP ba no abeya NDC so ba no abeya enye and no eventually it is the cocoa farmer on na ebre because benfo no na ye conference ye seminar ye we sikana bia anti cocoa no bo no enkosoro ni kuani na bre na no vete ye ya che cocoa vede kotogo vede agu jerrycan mu nansi o much by mon favor but ntimun transin hu se adentia e bia disparity bo no ko papa na de cocoa no free Ghana Togo ana odi free en chance kokko kwasu Cote d'Ivoire no e ye bo no why don't you adjust it because of say risk bi home Ghana crash foi NPP a cocoa board de ka NDC a cocoa board de ka NPP a ECG de ka NDC a ECG adan enso maame na papa no wa boki oso no neka NDC ba na oba ba hwe amanfo cocoa board ECG a NPP for say political persecution NPP so ba no so ba tra amanfo a ba political persecution ne yakoya na ye bae I've been saying the party like NPP yet PDS ho asem PDS aba ya the assets ama PDS ya the liabilities ama PDS na nsan ya se anya adwuma the PDS bebe di boso ba kwabun sika da ohane ho who took that money na sika da ko hin nti obi cause financial loss to the state man this formula ni say ya bebe yen hwehwemu a MPP for baka say political persecution. I'm sick and tired of Ghanaian politicians both from MPP and NDC. Some of them me can say oh I Obiri Boahen I'm sick and tired. Ma bro tom na we ba no aba ma figures bi na we so ba sister nipa ba ya dosian nan a NDC ba no bare ya jabe nyina political persecution. What be that? Doesn't make sense. Adosian nan no hwe mu ofosu apofo de okokasa baabi nti anokra podi ehye enyehu e ma Ghana moka ana meboa na siamanum de ya be ya say ba sand na ko Bank of Ghana then it is only in Africa mre yankopon mi hia wan sama mabisa wo no so yankopon ya no African intellectuals, some African intellectuals, some African politicians, some African academicians. Ono bobe sana. But you know, is it common sense should have done upon us say siama kra ya nye prosecution no a. At least odin be ko baby afa no ko baby foforo. Won sane ko baby na wo no a. Aba na Ghanaian intellectuals na no President Mahama Kwadi Sa Baba. We are talking of reparation. Why didn't you reparation, man? A good number of African politicians, intellectuals are rogues and crooks and liars and cheats. So, bringing for a reparation, look, this week and last week, we answered Ukera and Aya the front page daily graphic, or a 99.75 billion cedis lost from 2013 to 2014. 2013 to 2014, NPP wom, NDC wom, 99.75 billion. Billion though, I never would hear. And you could afford that than you. So the current 99.75 billion, no, I could afford the NBD and the NDC meeting with me. In Nigeria last week, 3 trillion naira, 3 trillion naira gone down the waste. The friend waste means in Nigeria. 3 trillion in Nigeria. And Ghana and Nigeria are talking of reparation. Sika Yankopon dia mamu asasi sika Yankopon dia mamu mwakrachi for numraba for mudi sika nsia mu boma. Ghana the loot goes on.
Bibiansa.
Kofi
Bentel wrote this on his Facebook. Say, I found a new word. Recrudescence, meaning the return of something terrible after a time of rest. I have a feeling the second coming will be much worse.
Oh yes,
much worse.
Yes,
but I guess those who ask for it deserve what it brings. Let's sit back and watch.
Kofi, you are right.
Kofi Bentel, no.
Kofi Bentel, you are right. Kofi Bentel, you are right. Kofi Bentel, you are right. 100%.
Recrudescence.
You are right.
The return of something terrible
very well that,
after a time of rest.
Very well that Mahama has 4 years. Where do you just say, a baby, baby, or what so nina? That is Africa for you. So when I hear African leaders, African intellectuals talking of reparation, maybe I hope. Reparation for what? Reparation for what? Nanado, reparation for what? Tinubu, reparation for what? John Mahama, reparation for what? For what? Nanado, PDS no, and Ghana Scambia. We are talking of reparation. Because Broni, slave trade was abolished in 1807. And slavery was abolished in 1833. No money Ghana Kuramai. Reparation again. Now let me come to John Mahama and President Akufo-Addo. John Mahama and President Akufo-Addo, you are talking of reparation. You know what is happening in Mali now? There's a multinational, we are friend of Barrick.
Good, we know.
Barrick. And the ruling military junta in Mali, no, Etimia say, where we better go to Mali beyond 35%.
Ultimate Jai.
The multinationals have agreed. Nanado, Gamahama, Ghana a 10. Monte. And Nanado goes to 6 years in Ghana to say, oh, Kudia, and ye Obianka say Kuya. No, be a house Kunya, Abi Baba Jinda, or Lanchini Buku, so I want to call a guest of honor. Baba Jinda Lasiko. Nothing about I never Bajida Lanchini book. Obi I was kunya. Baba Jida Lanchini book is so one call. Huh?
Baba Jida, why you could?
Oh, could and who annulled the elections in 1992? Ona ma Biola mayor president no. Nubuku na nado koye. Odo krana ko. I say assistant mother na ya misre. Look, I am saying that. Nyankopon amoye African se ne yesitie. Nyankopon kura hwe Africa o hwe so chena brofo. Because the resources we have, and so no, the problem of Africa, and he said, some of our leaders have been very, very disappointing. Some of our rulers, some of our lecturers, some of our leaders, some of our managers. Africa can hiya money, and Kababi a Singapore, no one in South Korea, no one, Nanka Safa, but bad leadership. In 1335 to 1330 to 1335, Mansa Musa went on pilgrimage. As you are talking now, Mansa Musa Okono, Sika or the core, you know, ama gold boy eba from. With Elon Musk, Zubarek and the world still considers Mansa Musa as the richest man. The richest man, 1330 to 1337. Ato to Sabra, do the calculation. The richest man. Malio. Mining has gone on in Ghana for more than 150 years. And so we are still hewers of food and fetchers of water. A percentage in a bisibasa. Gold, bisibasa. Diamond, bisibasa.
Percentage nisa.
Esa.
Sikana sokra ba. From Ejapa to Gold Board.
So whither are we drifting? You know, whither are we drifting? And the story is all over. You go to the extent that Rwandan troops are in DR Congo. Because Pokagami troops not there Onyesika. Why is it that the Malians and the Nigerians are happy with the presence of the Wagner? Because the Wagner troops, you know, or more the helicopter drones, no in there, and though they are monitoring the fundamentalists, you know, into Amana perform in Casa Free. So if you sit here in Ghana, or you sit in Nigeria, or you sit in Cote d'Ivoire, now a general statement to say, Kuna ba Burkina, Kuna ba Mali, Kuna ba Niger,
Malians, no, are happy.
They are happy. Because
what their democratic rule didn't give them,
the military
junta is giving them.
And the same thing is happening in Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
It's happening in Niger. And the Burkina Faso, or says you are the bank right to see Rasso.
Yeah.
So Burkina Faso at the bank or two generally tomatoes so what then you spend $12 million to revive the poor Lungu. Sikani Yang. Now this is for Benis Obiti Committee near Chiobini at Nkokotwa was a political persecution. NPP Subano but Chiobino the Nkokotwa must a political persecution. Near Koyana by Media.
Well,
Baba Janam about my Rose and Bayakat kiss your room or something. Beja politics. Aye. Because my car, Babin Kotoka, so I'm not.
They seem to change the name of Kotoka Airport.
Betty, I am a sir. I am a sir. I am a sir. I am a sir. And let me take this opportunity. Namena or more year, Tankwa Memorial Lectures from 24 February to 26 February. Menna or Mwase. Now, on behalf of Dankwa, Buzia, Dombo, Jatoka Leo, J. Kofo, and Aram Ponsanum, Menna or Munyanase, Omoya de Pa. You see, coup, 1966, 24 February 1966. And a Kunubai. Kunubai. By 1967, na ahemfo Kwame Nkrumah de wo musiye na kunu ba ya they were 133. 133.
On want to see you mohene.
On want to see na. Those days, you know, now law no, if you are installed as a chief or enscanned as a chief, you must get government recognition. When you government recognition,
on your hand.
And it happened in PNDC 207, PNDC law 207. Recognition. So that brought about the problem with efficacy. Could I do a well-known case? Efficacy. Ofosuja abo bechem. See, I analysis by an okoye. Ofosuja abo bechem. Unzo ofosuja abo bechem. Or what I jekum kofo mame. What is abakosenda? I jekum kofo mame no. Ba on the over mano. Ofosuja abo nkwana no CPP ni.
Interesting.
Yeah, ofosuja abo. On the bafa kotoso we. Now, coup happened. Coup aba. Fahudie. Amanfo aniaje. Go and look at the Apollo Commission recommendation. Wonderful. And kwesi practice team say Ghana's Day of Shame. Now no nipo beka say 24 February no China ni. Now say now wa kwesi practice me be so okay Ghana ba kwesi nchrom ya. Wa go for be free China. No. Now enumu ena dey ni see here. The coup happened 24 February 1966. The NLC proclamation was made on 28 February 1966. Kotoka was killed on 17th April 1967. 17th April 1967. But in January 1967, now information was a being person coup, and the person was spearheading towards Atta. So Kotoka was killed on 17th April 1967. SB Ataku no ekofa ibano your friend for the purpose of mamuti abakoseno your friend the guitar boy coup someone to sasem noka da ana January na ya ana Kotoka. Now I want it to be on record say 17th April 1967 no enye Kotoka nkwan Kotoka 8 no na Kotoka 8 no ba ko de bokole katin bokole omukuno Captain Aveno omukuno. Sergeant Ose Grusi ono se omukuno. Eti omukuno. Then it was in 1967 no omoye no General Kotoka Trust. That is where Medembara neba no. General Kotoka Trust. That was the act was decree 339 of 1967. Decree 339 of 1967. Decree 339 of 1967 and on I am now that decree no say ya the Accra airport no ya the betu Kotoka ntima munim no ame mama bakosem ne no Accra airport no ya the betu Kotoka and ntina kofa no Kotoka International Airport ya besi statue am Kotoka ya the barracks bi betu Kotoka ya be pass and gardens bi am Kotoka ewom yebeshi dane ama Kotoka maame yebeshi dane ama Kotoka yire yebehwe Kotoka mma yebehwe Katraveno had 3 wives na yire miense ni nyina yebema badane yebehwe Katraveno mma yebehwe Katumbokolo yire Katumbokolo mma ene Katumbokolo ne maame Sergeant Osai Grushi yebehwe ne yire yebehwe ne mma. So that was the law, and that law was amended in 365 of 1971. Amended baby kakrebi. So that law is still in existence. So if you ask me as a lawyer, say, make a court, because change to Kadina, whether Mr. Maka without prejudice. Oh, I am sorry. Kwasi Prate, more cano. Take it from me to the Miramunia Mohoya Mesere. It's a decree. And by section 34, or article 34 of the section 34 of the transitional provisions, 1992, no, an act of NLC. And once naming it, that decree was passed by NLC, no, section 34, no, you cannot touch it.
Okay. I see.
That is the law. That is the history.
That's interesting.
Yes. You cannot touch it. You cannot touch it. Now Supreme Court no without prejudice you Whether me person be back as a content. A jana the content na ba wiase nti.
Yeah, side too.
And now go and look at this case of Kwamba Fuale Sabronya versus the Attorney General. The judgment was delivered on 24th June 2024, the Supreme Court of Ghana. Speaking through Tokono.
Justice Tokono.
Tokono. You will find a lot of cases that the Supreme Court will tell you, say, oh, that's a way in your interpretation. The Supreme Court will tell you cases are a interpretation. A interpretation, and I will go for interpretation. So a interpretation, you don't go for interpretation. The Supreme Court has brilliantly canvassed that position of law in Kwamba Fuale versus the Attorney General. The unreported ruling delivered in 2024. So, where do you go? And then, apart from that, a transition provisions in Libya is covered. So, no court. So, if the Attorney General is to go to court, so the Attorney General is to go to court and say, hey, no court. I believe that the Supreme Court will listen to say no court. It's 34, a woman, no court. Because people think a man for agony ya say didn't no be that sorry ya no didn't no to Kotoka International Airport. David as a law.
Mrate Amra untimi
kan
decree
untimi kan ho asem. Panche udwa ho enye yi. Umwa na enye yi, ukwa na enye yi. Panche that is the law. Timothy see people but Matthew see people for about to say or ma dissociate
themselves from
whether they will dissociate or they will not dissociate.
But
you know, I have a little worry. Bibi kakra hame. What do you mean to hame? Kotoka yangloni. Bokolo yanglo. Aveno yanglo. Anytime this issue comes, I don't hear the Anglon chiefs coming out. But anytime a comment is made about Jerry John Rawlings, you hear them coming out. I feel very much worried. I feel very much worried. Because I just said, Kotoka there, but that is not fair.
All right, 45.
I will continue to respect Rawlings. I will continue to respect Kotoka.
Okay.
Kana bola sema me kana me twetwe I just say you don't have the talent. You have the talent. But how Ghana's league is managed, how it's run. Intimate yeah, league no sabi to say a man yourself. Sabi basa bisi basa. Yeah, league no to say sabi ya man yourself. Bisi basa. One basa ya ho asem aba. One say basa as started. In fact, it was JYP who started talking about the buses. Then Kwame Ntofiako started talking about the buses. And then nipa bebree and buses no ho asem kra da ne NPP na NDC. Omo NDC na omo efi no very well pa. But o hwe anso no kra de ba ko aba bi kra de enye kra te on se buses ne tonturo. Buses
se ho hwen na wura mu a.
On se tonturo.
Se ba kokra de ase atete ama wura mu a ohwe mu a hunu fom.
No, but so dan na mokra na matoto buses mo de ama teams no. Why no ba hu? Santi na obi se ma brocha. Do you know say last year one club already wo UK no. One sika onyaye no. TV rights sika onya no. Eso se ne club odi first for Italy.
Club already
UK.
UK Premiership no.
Premiership.
Sika onyaye no. Eso se ne club odi first Italy.
Yes.
Sika onyaye.
Yes, last year.
Interesting.
Last year. When you say me di ball cheaper. So it tells you say football no baby be organizing ye no.
Me say enra me wo I'm a registered member of Liverpool. Me wo a platform be so. Now the Liverpool Metropolitan Police no I shall say prepare the street carnival just a celebration no a parade o mu beye should they win the league?
Oh, they will win. They will win.
May no more last match or 21st May.
They will win. They will win.
And you know, I tried some research that then I started say potential league leaders need an air prepare. Into way no. She said, Spain get to be wrong guy, petty issues.
Spain I want to be undetermined. Spain no, so she
said well organized.
Share way pa na no me share that ateta bodro.
Yeah.
Me share. Then Liverpool, I think Liverpool beat Newcastle. Was it Newcastle?
Newcastle 2-0.
I watched those matches. Let me say.
Was it I think Forest. Omni Forest the boy.
Ah, good. But I say
they lost and draw.
They lost. They lost. Monsieur Liverpool winning over for league and penny and passo. Barcelona, Manchester United cried and Canano and I cried and can be church. I know, shall table, baby, Manchester United.
I have come to agree with Nanaya Okese. Many Peace FM say the problem with Man U and your coaches.
Players and yet. Because
partly administrative and then the players.
Where Rashford called Aston. She matches Sibia Wabo. But could be when he paired against Asensio. And look at that brilliant performance. Marco Asensio crashed last week, Gobi. And no as so Rashford and the passes. So the Argentina our one now or person Rashford or Bobby War. Manchester United.
Just like Mourinho the year Salah or Chelsea.
That is it. So Manchester United never told the mobile na sheshe and Finino Abriki. Now Madrid share resource I done. Measure look. Next time be a classico bebano. Me am meeting Barcelona by Madrid be share. Bisam Saturday. Ubisam. No, Utimu say Kunden Araju Badinu say new star bi na yatromo omunyina ba ni mu pa as if say quantity architects no ne duma GTP outside traps na no setting anano ukuta Mbappe by time umbeshia na Jude Bellingham so ne card no ukuta Mbappe ukuta Jude Bellingham so wonya mitre no na ukuta this boy
is it
Vini okuta sani pa wenu because Vini ene Mbappe no mirikade uboa. And I'm saying say looking at the way Madrid airborne matches and saying no menye comfortable say and I don't think say me am team Barcelona beat my show. So it is all the Ghana league no one somewhere. Ana makacho say aka minsima ba nwotwe dia ya beka ho asem kakra but organization no enye na no tie say park no wo masena koso wo mo kohwe park no senia esisi ye kotoko ni nsuatre na obi yi no life ma yehwe on the mobile phone ti na yehwe wo mo de basis do say yamani nwuram so wahwa
yeah
2025 wo say yamani nwuram ama pole kura so hwe obegina hokura na obo to san no ono omo gi achinye sade tina mo memfa basa 2025 tese bibia na ya nokure kanfo no yehu na mane because ba bibia be kan nokure enti wo kan nokure no amanfo mpe nokure kan enti amanfo mpe nokure kan no amanyo semo ball mo hi
asori dem mo
za so nokure enti nam ko bi ache na nsen no e ko ruma no ache no wa nokure kan no amanfo mpe se ka. But no, for how long can we live in this system? Oh, in by yakwa brochire. Abi before ewo Africa ya na yakwa brochire nso yakwa system na yakama no na yadi mraso. You live in a country like Ghana, they are
telling you say na ehokra no. Uko be to say Swindon, Boramwood, no ne Bushin we na abrofo no tete na Africans ne ko na
no mutuko
na omwa ka cho say ahade na haye paw na before na betena ha no na ti abrofo no tuko akire they be wura bia na akwase ho.
But look, you sit down, you remember the new patriotic party, you want this, you love Ghana na yaka say ghost names national service. Na rejoin da ba. Nti bibi bi nkai wo se na hwan na eka nokre. You understand? Hwan na eka nokre. Nti yampa se ghost names no 80,000. Na se nye 80,000 kra na 10,000. Eno na ye. Say 10,000 nti nke de fa mema na maya 10,000. Nkai mo ye.
Me of a could you no say you introduce Ghana Premier League and we ended up discussing the English Premier League.
Kojo,
Anke Kujo Fiano.
Me ba no.
So strong Liverpool.
I don't see whether you discuss Ghana League.
As Liverpool is killing you, pa.
Me team no mini party no Kojo. I'm ball you better you discuss it. Oh, the mommy something started.
And Monaco, the same
journalist. Oheneba.
Senior in Monaco.
Senior in Monaco. Oheneba, Bishop Monaco.
Was you be a Ghana Premier League? Yes, but chance 7 match. I've heard him coming up with TSC. I will change because of Liverpool community.
Oh, yeah, because of Liverpool. Because it looks like a broche bono. Because yeah, ni switch crack bono. No me yam shishim. Manchester United.
Oh
yeah, because the Manchester United is predictable in recent times. Is it predictable? It's my club Barcelona. Once I know your name, Atletico Madrid. They let 2 deal. And sen actually ebaya.
Yeah.
Ebaya just say 4-4. So Ghana football. It is a Ghana politics. It is a Africa politics. Enya kono. Because the honesty is not there. The truth is not there. PDS here or NPP. PDS is here. Yaka PDS asem ekosi se. And then me say tama habo. Panyina waba ho say won be yi taxes bi afis. Yampa. So NPP adantina yanyi those taxes. COVID. And so now, okay, MPP for be justify say na say COVID war. Say taxes ni ye man ba from one. NDC so NDC yabo ye pot cement 100 Ghana cedis. Back. So I'm not comfortable. And I think that some African leaders, some African intellectuals are disappointing their people. Share football here boy. Oh, we na kono. But anyway, Akwabi my romance be in UK and saying na no nyadwene. He downplayed AFCON.
Yeah, is it Karaga?
Karaga.
Jimmy Karaga.
He downplayed AFCON. Honestly.
My Ferdinand can be children.
Yeah, but you don't need to downplay AFCON. You don't need to. And yasem naba. And then you see the African organizers so should make sure. Barcelona and Real Madrid de bono. Barcelona and Atletico Madrid de bono. That night na Germany so Kotoka.
Yeah.
That night na Italy so that na. So it means that we must synchronize one league matches we must synchronize. I think as Africa so you synchronize here the say. Ebedru say we mako break after May nanka yeso ye bo AFCON. Well, now the argument is that ye bo AFCON May show to todo. Why I say ma o mo kan show to. Nti so better. Okay.